Just hours ago, Donald Trump, looking yellow rather than orange, spoke to reporters on Air Force One. And it became evident as you heard Donald Trump speak that he is completely clueless about what it is that did take place and what will take place in Venezuela. Hours before Nicolas Maduro was schlepped to court this morning, Donald Trump was asked, are you going to demand that the VP, now acting president, Delcy Rodriguez, allow opposition figures to come back or free political prisoners? And Trump goes, really, we want oil. That's really Trump's concern.
Go ahead.
No, are you going to demand that Delcy Rodriguez let opposition figures return or free any political prisoners?
We haven't gotten to that yet. Right now, what we want to do is fix up the oil, fix up the country, bring the country back, and then have elections.
Now, is it fair?
We better bring the country back. Otherwise, you're gonna have a mess that's so bad.
It's going to be a nasty mess.
It was really bad. It's going to get a lot worse unless we go in and fix it.
Is the U.S.
So oil, at least during this event, was Donald Trump's priority. Now, buried in this conversation with reporters was an absolute bombshell. I want to remind you, we learned Donald Trump did not notify the House and Senate in advance that he was doing this. Forget about seeking congressional approval. He didn't even tell them that he was doing this. Trump reveals that he told the oil companies ahead of time. He didn't tell our elected officials who are supposed to vote as to whether they approve doing this. He didn't tell them. But the oil companies who he hoped would swoop in and help everybody make money, he told them ahead of time.
Did you speak with them before the operation took place?
Yes.
Did you maybe tip them off?
Before and after. And they want to go in, and they're going to do a great job for the people of Venezuela.
Before and after Trump spoke to them about what he was doing, he did not inform Congress, never mind seek authorization from Congress, which he is supposed to do. But he informed the oil companies. This is either a really evil person or someone whose cognitive decline explains all of this behavior. And quite frankly, I don't know which is scarier. Donald Trump asked about the vice president referring to this as a kidnapping of Maduro. And Trump goes, yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that.
It depends on what happens. It depends a little bit on the new administration, if you want to call it.
So if you see that pushback from Rodriguez and ultimately...
Well, I don't think there was pushback. I think that...
She called it...
You hear a different person than I hear.
Really? So you have spoken with her?
We talked to them, yeah.
Oh, you did speak with her?
They've been very good.
Because she called it kidnapping of Maduro.
It's all right. It's not a bad term.
Now, this is one of those areas where Trump associates the term kidnapping with strength. That's right. We did kidnap him. Other leaders better be careful because we'll go in and kidnap them as well. But of course, kidnapping has massive legal and geopolitical implications. Trump just doesn't understand that. Sure, call it kidnapping. We don't care. Now, this is just a bizarre moment. Trump is asked about the oil and about the $17 billion of oil reserves in Venezuela. And Trump goes, you must mean trillion, right? No. Billion. Trump doesn't even have a close assessment of how much oil there is. Not that it would justify this one way or the other, but look at how clueless he sounds.
There's about 17 billion worth of oil reserves in Venezuela. Is that going to be...
You mean trillion?
And is that going to be
Did you
something...
say billion or trillion?
I said billion.
You said 17 billion? It's much more than that.
Okay, so what is going to happen to those reserves?
Well, we're going to run everything. We're going to...
Trump's going to have all $17 trillion worth of oil. Oh, what? 17 billion? Wait a second. We did this for 17 billion, not 17 trillion. This is the type of disconnect from reality that is terrifying, just absolutely terrifying on a fundamental level. Now, we're going to deal later with who's next, because Trump's not going to stop here, but Trump giving us a little bit of a preview here.
Now, we have a very sick neighbor. It's not a neighbor, but it's close to a neighbor. And that's Venezuela. It's very sick. Colombia is very sick, too, run by a sick man. who likes making cocaine and selling it to the United States, and he's not going to be doing it very long, let me tell you.
What does that mean? He's not going to be doing it very long.
He's not doing it very long. He has cocaine mills and cocaine factories. He's not going to be doing it very long.
So there will be an operation by the U.S. in
It sounds
Colombia?
good to me. Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Now, we're going to get back to that. We're going to get back to that because I believe Cuba seems to be just as ripe a target for Trump and Marco Rubio as Colombia, but we will get back to that. And finally, Donald Trump asked a good question. You used to be against regime change. You used to be against nation building, but now you're doing it. Trump's explanation, pathetic.
There was a time back in 2016, I remember your RNC speech, and you were saying that regime change and nation building.
Where?
When you were speaking at the RNC back in 2016,
Sorry,
you were criticizing regime change and nation building, the U.S. being involved in that. It seems obviously that your stance has changed on that. What led to that? And is the U.S. nation building now? Is that
This isn't a country that's on the other side of the world. This isn't a country like where you have to travel 24 hours in an airplane. This is Venezuela. It's in our area. The Don.
Right. This is Venezuela. It's not a country that's far away. When Trump said he was against regime change for year after year after year, he meant for countries that are far away. But if the country is closer, if it's what is it, 4-hour flight from Miami, not even maybe, then that's totally different. Their regime change is okay. I wonder if Tulsi knew when she said Trump is the real anti-war candidate who won't do regime change wars. Did she know Trump meant only in countries that are far away? If they're nearby, like Venezuela, then it's totally fine. Tulsi, by the way, we'll get to Tulsi because that's a whole other story. I do not have a cat myself, but if you spend any time around people who do, you know very quickly who is really in charge. And a couple of friends of mine have cats, and the cats are very picky about food. And for a long time, they assumed that's just normal. Then they switched to Smalls, and suddenly mealtime stopped being a daily standoff and a battle of wits and will, because our sponsor Smalls is real food for cats. Their recipes are protein-packed. They're made with preservative-free ingredients that you would actually recognize, no artificial fillers or mysterious items. It's fresh food delivered right to your door, tailored to your cat's preferences. One friend of mine even did the side-by-side test, and their cat immediately went for Smalls, which tells you a lot. It is also why Cats.com named Smalls the best overall cat food. And Forbes agreed, for a limited time, you'll get 60% off your first order plus free shipping when you head to smalls.com/Pakman. The link is in the description.